Hello, everybody. It's Mr. Schmidt, Osakis Elementary Principal. I wanted to share a few updates with you today. I know there's a lot of questions out there, and rightfully so. I know people are trying to plan out their school year and their work weeks and all that stuff. But a couple of things today for you. As you have heard, we are going to start school in person on September 8th. You may be wondering what the school supply list is for your child. That will get out this week. We wanted to buy a little time to be able to adjust those, make the supply list more appropriate based on our guidelines on how we are starting school. We wanted to make sure that nobody was buying anything they didn't need, or even worse, if we had to start in distance learning, we didn't want anybody to buy a bunch of supplies that they weren't going to use for the school year. So we're going to get that updated, and we're going to get that out on our school website and to the local stores this week. The second question that I've been getting, or we have been getting a lot, is who is my child's teacher for this year? We had that all ready to go in the spring. We held off sharing that out because we knew, based on how school was going to start this fall, our enrollment numbers were going to fluctuate. We wanted to make sure that we had time to move students around to have equal, or as equal as possible, classrooms. We know that we're going to get new families into our district. We know that some families are going to choose distance learning and some families are going to unenroll from our district. So we wanted to have some time to be able to move students around. We didn't want students to get their hopes up on who their teacher was going to be based in the spring if we had to move students around this fall. But you can actually log on to Skyward and you can see who your student has for a teacher this year. We encourage you to use Skyward more often. If you're not utilizing Skyward, you're really missing out on a portal to your child's education records, attendance, grade book, schedule, lunch program, all of that stuff. So we really want you guys to use that. We send out messages on there. So please utilize Skyward. If you're having trouble logging in, you can contact the elementary office and we can help you get going with that. So please utilize that. I know a couple other things people are asking, is my child going to have to wear a mask 8 hours a day? And the simple answer to that is no. We're going to build in mask breaks, so to speak. So for example, we're still going to have recess every day. When your child is out at recess, they will not have to wear a mask. We're going to have Phi-Ed every day. So depending on the activity, they will not need to wear a mask. We are going to follow state guidelines for mask, but please note that your child will not be wearing a mask all day while they're at school. Okay? Teachers are going to be encouraged to go outside and take breaks and to take mask breaks, like I said. And when I say mask, I'm talking about whatever you decide to use, whether it's a mask, a neck gaiter, a face shield, or a combination of those things. More information on masks will come out once we get our policy set in place. So please note that. The other thing parents are concerned with is social distancing in school. We are going to try our best to keep classroom students in their pods, what they're being called, and together as much as possible. But please note that our guidelines suggest we need to try to social distance, but we are not required to be 6 feet apart at all times in school. The state realizes that is nearly impossible. We're going to try our best to stagger hallway time, to stagger lunch times, so we limit the amount of closeness that we have. But we also realize that our students are not going to be able to be 6 feet apart at all times. So note that our students are not going to be isolated and they're not going to be masked for the entire day. So if you have any questions moving forward, you can please contact the office or me, but also know that we're going to get more information out. Mr. Berquist, our superintendent, has put together a great document that has frequently asked questions, that has our framework on what in-person learning is going to be like during this unusual time in education, in our state, in our world. But please know that we are trying our best to give our students the most normal, back to normal in-person education as possible. Some things are going to be different. We know that. Some things we have no control over. We know that. But what we do control is our effort that we're going to put in for your student and our attitude on how we handle this situation. So thank you for your time. We look forward to working with you this upcoming school year. And please note, more information will be coming out. Thank you.